A massive great white shark, nearly 5 meters of muscle and teeth, suddenly thrashes in the deep blue waters off the coast of Mossel Bay. It is not the hunter today, it is the prey. A sleek, black and white shadow emerges from the depths with terrifying speed, ramming the shark's flank with the force of a freight train. In a matter of seconds, the ocean's most feared predator is flipped upside down, paralyzed by a phenomenon known as tonic immobility, while the attacker begins its surgical strike. The ocean has always been a theater of primal conflict, but few rivalries capture the human imagination like the clash between the great white shark and the orca. For generations, the great white was the undisputed monarch of the surf, a silent ghost of the deep that inspired awe and terror in equal measure. However, recent years have seen a dramatic shift in this narrative. From the cold current of the Farallon Islands in California to the shark capitals of South Africa like Gansby and False Bay, the kings of the ocean are abdicating. They are not just losing battles, they're fleeing in terror. The great white shark is a masterpiece of evolution. It possesses an array of senses that make it a near-perfect killing machine. Its lateral line detects the slightest vibrations in the water, and its ampullae of Lorenzini can pick up the faint electrical pulses of a beating heart. With a bite force that can crush bone and a prehistoric lineage dating back millions of years, the great white has had no reason to fear anything in the sea. But the orca, or killer whale, is a different kind of monster. Despite their name, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family, and they bring a level of mammalian intelligence and social cooperation to the hunt that a solitary shark cannot comprehend. Observers and marine biologists first began to notice a strange pattern around South Africa around 2017. Famous shark watching spots, usually teeming with great whites, suddenly became ghost towns. The reason was a pair of orcas nicknamed Port and Starboard, easily identifiable by their collapsed dorsal fins. These two individuals began a systematic campaign against the local shark population. When an orca kills a great white, the remaining sharks in the area don't just hide, they vanish. GPS tracking data showed that tagged sharks would flee hundreds of miles away within hours of a single orca attack, staying away for months or even years. The apex predator had met its match, and the psychological impact was profound. The tactical genius of the orca is what truly separates this conflict from a simple brawl. While a shark relies on ambush and raw power, orcas use physics and biology against their foes. They have learned that if a shark is turned onto its back, its brain releases a flood of serotonin, causing it to enter a trance-like state of paralysis. Scientists have filmed orcas deliberately ramming sharks to flip them over. Once the great white is incapacitated, the orcas move in for the prize. They don't eat the whole shark, they're after one specific organ, the liver. A great white's liver is enormous, accounting for nearly a quarter of its body weight. It is rich in squalene and high-energy oils, providing a massive caloric reward for the predator. In many recovered shark carcasses, the orcas had made a single precise incision near the pectoral fins and squeezed the liver out, leaving the rest of the body almost perfectly intact. This level of precision suggests not just instinct, but a learned behavior passed down through generations. It is a cultural shift within orcapods, a new tradition of hunting the most dangerous prey in the sea. The intelligence of the orca extends beyond the kill. They are social learners. In California, similar behavior was documented decades earlier, suggesting that different pods across the globe might be discovering this strategy independently or sharing knowledge. While the great white is a solitary hunter driven by instinct, the orca is a strategic thinker that operates in a coordinated team. They use vocalizations to communicate during a hunt, flanking the shark and cutting off its escape routes. The shark, despite its speed and power, is often overwhelmed by the sheer complexity of the orca's attack plan. This ecological upheaval has far-reaching consequences. With the great whites gone, the balance of the marine food web is tilting. Smaller predators, like the bronze whaler shark, have begun to move into the vacuum left by the great whites, but they too must keep a watchful eye on the horizon for the telltale black fin of an orca. The disappearance of the great whites also impacts local tourism and conservation efforts, as these majestic creatures are no longer reliable fixtures in their traditional habitats. The mystery of why this behavior is becoming more common remains a subject of intense study.
Some scientists suggest that changes in the ocean's environment, such as overfishing or climate change, may be forcing orcas to seek out new high-energy food sources. Others believe we're simply witnessing an ancient rivalry that humans are only now beginning to document with modern technology. Whatever the cause, the image of the great white shark as the ultimate ruler of the sea has been forever altered. In the vast, silent reaches of the open ocean, a new era has dawned. The great white still commands respect, a formidable relic of the ancient world, but in the presence of the orca, it is a reminder that intelligence, cooperation, and strategy are the ultimate weapons of survival. The sea is no longer a kingdom with one king, but a battlefield where the smartest and most adaptable emerge victorious. As the black fins of a pod break the surface, the message is clear. Even the most terrifying legends of the deep have something to fear. The hunters have become the hunted, and the blue wilderness belongs to the masters of the mind.